Hi, Soul Family. How are you? Oh, God. I always think I'm ready and I'm not. So I see a little thief flying by me. The crows are the thieves. Crows like shiny things, and they are often found with a lot of things squirreled away in their nest. And that's a message, actually. Hold on a second. Wait, are you gonna come disturb us right in the middle of the reading? Are you? You wanna come over here? Put the fan on, it's too hot in here. So I'm gonna turn the light on because it's most likely gonna get dark. Okay. Okay, so I told you guys I was gonna have this giant hair change, right? A complete, totally different look for me. And it actually is, but it doesn't look, I'm gonna have to do it a couple more times in order for it to happen. I was gonna do the whole silver thing, and I thought, you know, because I have silver coming in on the sides and at the front right here. So I thought, oh, let's just do it, right? But then when we went to look at it, I've only got a little bit, but it's right here, right? And then all this is dark, and I thought, if I did it that way, then I was gonna have the opposite problem. I would have the regrowth of all silver hair, and I'd have brown, or like, you know, medium brown coming in, because that's the color it is, you know, at the scalp. And I thought, ugh. So instead we put a ton of, we broke it all up and did tons and tons of highlights. And because it was all colored before, she had to break through it. So you can see I look like I'm still gold, and I didn't want gold. I wanted kind of like platinum streaks. But the next time, those ones will be light and then they'll be ready. So it's actually a big change for me. It's a more, I think it's a more elegant look than the chunks, right? That was kind of I don't know, I like that too, but I've had it forever. So it's time for a change. It was a never-ending story, which is actually one of our messages. And this is also milk and honey. It's time to go after get after the honey. Get busy and get after the honey, whatever that is in your life. You know, Spirit wants you to be present now, here and now. Stay in the present. You can't go into the past. You can't go into the future. You've got to be pretty much where you are right here. Woo! But going after what it is that you want. And then, this is the other one. I can't believe it came up. I mean, I don't know why I can't believe it came up. It's time to go. Time to go. It's time to leave a situation. It's time to go towards whatever it is. And Spirit says, we want you to come to the edge. It's time to take a leap of faith, right? Follow something. It's time to co-create with the universe. These all came out. So the song that was playing when we began was It's Too Late to Apologize, right? Something about the angel that heaven made me think was you, right? And all of a sudden they found out it's not. What I've found is that the shit hit the fan yesterday in regards to something. Somebody's going to jail. Somebody could be going to jail literally, but somebody's definitely going to a metaphorical jail. It's like, you know, it's lockdown. It's no more. And I got that the people were going to, whoever it was that got caught doing what they did, were going to make some kind of an attempt to come back and smooth things over, but it wasn't going, that was the answer. It's too late to apologize, you know? No, I don't accept it, sorry. I was gonna show you too, this is really dark. All of it's really dark. You can't tell that because I got dark on, but that's what the difference is. So our items to choose from, and all of that was said for a reason too, and I don't know what it is. I just kind of went with it. It was a super windy, crazy day today, yesterday and the day before. I was supposed to be going on my retreat today, I thought, and I asked, I didn't know where I was going, and remember the messages last week, was it last week? Or maybe several days ago, last weekend, was just get in the car, we'll figure it out on the way. But I don't think that was for me right now. That was being said to somebody. Just get in the car, we'll figure it out on the way. Because something kept making me stall. Remember I was talking about stalling, don't stall, and I thought I need to get that trailer finished. And so I called the, I'll give you guys things to choose from. I'm thinking of what they are. Okay, what they are. They're gonna be these earrings that I freaking love. Blue opal, pair of blue opal earrings. Bam. I'm not wearing it, so the turquoise flower, sunflower, the turquoise sunflower. The dragon, the red dragon, or the koi fish, baby dragon. Same thing now. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Somebody's moving forward, and they found their, I just heard they found their balls, and they're moving on. What else? This one? Okay, and then the pyrite, okay? So, you know what I thought of the other day? I was talking about how I don't choose zodiac signs because I don't want to make your choice for you, right? So we have items that you can choose from, and then I assigned what they were. So that's me choosing. So I might as well say, oh, this is, you know, blah, 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 and I don't want to do that. So you choose. I don't want to tell you. It's your choice, right? Your higher self's supposed to tell you. I did a reading today. It was cards. I think I put them up last night, maybe, or was it today? I don't know. And it was this deck, and I said it's going to be a very simple, intuitive reading. And what it is you're going to get the cards. Find your tribe, the tribe that's like you. So there's your card, right? You're going to find your tribe. Now you look at this picture, and you look at all the reasons why you chose that picture, and you interpret what that means for you. The tribe, what does it mean for you? It means something different for everybody, depending on, you know, what you're looking at. There's a parrot sitting on two trunks. These are trunks, travel trunks, like like they used to put travel, like your luggage in trunks, right? When you went a long distance, there were two. So somebody has gone somewhere, come from a distance, and they found their tribe, which is where I'm going, right? As I say that, the vulture flies towards me. Death, transformation, and rebirth. So there's two trunks there. There's a parrot, a green parrot, green, love, healing, growth, renewal, sitting on top of the trunk, the little trunk. So there's a big trunk and a little trunk. And check it out. There's a big giraffe and a little giraffe. So one is for each of them, right? So there's a mother and child, or a father and child. It could be a relative, whatever it means for you. It's in a little haystack house. On top of it is a cockatoo. So you've got a parrot, a macaw, and you've got a different, because they're both parrots, macaws and cockatoos. And then there's another parrot flying towards it and flying above it. So there's 3 green parrots, all the same, and then there's 1 white cockatoo with kind of like a pink crest. So basically, these are all family, and that one might be a cousin or a friend that comes in, of the same belief system, of the same group, whatever, but they're different, the same but different, right? Now, you're looking at where they're at. To me, they're in Sedona or Utah, or they're on top of a red rock mountain, could be Colorado, but it's very, very, and interesting. I mean, they came from a long ways away. They traveled overseas to get there, these giraffes, because that's not their normal place, right? And what I'm saying is those rocks look like Sedona to me. I know those rocks, right? I know the top of that red mountain. I've been there a million times. But the leaves that are blowing around are fall leaves. They are maple leaves. Now, there's maple trees in Sedona, but I don't know. So if you've got the red rocks, you got to be closer to the trees, which we might be up in Flagstaff. Look there's flags there. Flagstaff. So there's all kinds of different messages that you might get from this. And now, hold on. I spy with my little eye something that appears to be another bird, but it's in the little squiggle from that houses the infinity symbol. Are you a bird or are you leaves? Spirit said, it's a leaf. Okay, it's another maple leaf. Oh, that's another thing, a maple leaf, right? So does that have anything to do with where they came from, or where they're, the winds of change have blown in somebody from somewhere? Could be coming in from Canada, could be coming from, I don't know, where they have maple trees, maple leaf. There's a lot. And you know what's interesting? I think the giraffe and the baby came from Canada in my message, because the leaves are all exploding from the inside of that bale of that hay. And there's a face on that. So we've traveled to meet up in Sedona or Flagstaff or Utah or wherever you would find that red rock without any other brush around like that. So I'm hearing Flagstaff because of the flags. That's just what I'm hearing. Anyway, that was the thing. You look at your card and then you decide from your card what your message is. And people pick their numbers, and then when I put the cards up, they're like, I picked number blah, blah, and blah, blah. And I'm like, cool. And they're like, what does it mean? And I'm like, read the post. You tell me what it means. It's your message. This is Spirit teaching you to use your intuition to tell you how to find out your answers. Now, it's easier maybe for me because I do this all the time. But it's something you got to get used to. Because Spirit is talking to us all the time, trying to get messages to come across to us. Like, for example, this unicorn, this cat's holding on to dear life, right? Or yesterday when I went to get my, I went and got my hair done, we ended up not using the silver color that we were going to use, so I took it back to the beauty supply. And that's where my trees are that I hug. So I was out hugging the tree. So it's a tree hugger. Magical tree hugger. So think about it. Song right now, Don't Let Me Down. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We just had a hummingbird just do a little dance in front of me. I'll show you guys my stalks, my flowers. They've gotten really tall. See the purple one? And I'm not cutting them back because they're up so high now. I get to watch the hummingbirds when they come and take a little drink from those flowers. So the hummingbird says, you will accomplish. Oh, and there it is. Right? As soon as I knew the second I turned it away, they would show up again. I don't know if you can see, the little hummingbird was down on my rosemary. So you will accomplish what might seem impossible to yourself and others. It also says, this thing is so annoying. Grab the sweetness in life. It also says, this is annoying. I just don't have enough room behind my desk for this thing. Just stay there, will you? So you will accomplish what might seem impossible to yourself and others. Grab the sweetness in life. Lighten up. Remember I started out with, it's, what is it? Get busy and get after the honey. Today, I had a bee come into the house. And I'm like, no, I didn't want him to get stuck in the windows. Okay, there's a message. I don't want you to get stuck in the windows because they're coming in through the computer. And so I went like this and I walked with it energetically. It was really cool to do it actually. And I walked with it and it backed up. And I backed it up right outside and then I shut the screen. I didn't want it to get stuck in here and die. So we're gonna move forward. I was gonna tell you something that I shared and I can't remember what it was, so it doesn't matter, I guess. Maybe it was just that. See, they just did it again. It's my post. That's what I was trying to show you. You will, this is how we do it. So you can do it this way as well, right? You can pick your item and when you get your card, never mind what I tell you. What do you see? I'll hold the card up so you can see it. So very simple, intuitive choice. You will choose between whatever these items, these 4 items. You now have the title of your card that we show you, right? This one is Deep Knowing. You have a deep knowing. The image on the card you will read as well as the title, right? Only to see your message. Unless you've got the deck of cards and you want to go the easy route and see what the deck says. But your choice, you know, in that situation. But the whole purpose is for you to tap into what your own higher self is telling you the card means for you. So have fun. So you would look at that. Now, see the moon with the other planet behind it. I find that interesting. An echo of another planet. So, from the cosmos. So, and what's sitting on top of the moon is the snowy owl, the silent flyer, right? The moon talks about secrets. It talks about illumination, things coming to light. There's stars falling from above. And there's that message that says, you know, sometimes even the stars, they fall to the earth. So it's talking about, you know, even, you know, not feeling bad for being in a high position or being in a certain place in your life and, you know, falling. We all fall. Even the stars burn. So maybe you got burned and you fell from grace, I just heard. And then you could add the numbers up. This is 43. Could mean an age of somebody. 4 and 3 is 7, which means you're on the right path, right? As long as you stay on your spiritually illuminated path, it will exceed your expectations. Be careful of the moon, though, because the moon casts shadows, which is illusion. So you got to be careful about that too. So you got your items, right? You're thinking about what you're choosing, and you can choose all of them and in different order. So I'm going to do that because I always forget about that. So I'll show you again. We've got the pair of blue opal earrings, right? I'm going to choose the items that for me are in order of importance. And then we've got the blue, turquoise blue sunflower. Now there's 2 reasons you would choose that, right? Or maybe more. Native culture, native grandmother. Then you've got the koi fish or the baby dragon, which is what a koi fish is. It could be just the fact that this is a really bitchin' whole setup, kind of like a hippie boho thing, right? I like that one, so that's going second for me. And then we've got the pyrite. Pyrite is for protection. It's fool's gold, and I get the message from this right away. Not all that glitters is gold, and yet this is really valuable, right? So that's always a negative. Generally, it's a negative when they say, "Oh, not all that glitters is gold," right? It's not all that it's cracked up to be. But in this case, this is, because I don't care if this is gold. This is pyrite. This is amazing. This has got hematite in it, which is psychic protection, and it's very hard. It's much harder. It's stronger than gold. To me, this is used for psychic protection for myself, which is more important than money. Money can't protect me the way my spiritual team can, and these are tools that we can use here to protect ourselves with our spiritual team, right? So this is very important. So items to choose, 1, 2. I think I'm going to choose that one. I'm at a tie, really. So another thing you can do is you can ask a question, or it can be this message. I'm going to choose that one item, and that one item is for this situation. Okay, that's a good way to do it. So being that this is a pair, right? Like for me, this could be like a relationship question or message or family, right? Whatever it is that it means for you. Ooh, I've got a good idea. Okay, so for us, for them. Okay. I was getting so many epiphanies today. I posted a picture, and I can't tell you why it is. Sometimes you can read messages from the pictures that I choose to post with the messages that I share, most of the time. But I've got people trying to figure things out right now, so I'm being advised by Spirit to kind of not share, overshare, right? So the message is, oh my God, Epiphany Central here. I'm getting so many ideas, all connected to my life, my love, and spiritual work working all together, all in one. It's just so exciting. It was so exciting for me. The key messages to share with everybody today. Eventually you'll meet a person who's tired of the games too, and their loyalty will match yours. What's the best that could happen? And I thought, after I was meant to go apparently on my trip, and I didn't go anywhere because I didn't know where to go, and it was so blustery cold. I got up this morning and dressed completely in warm weather clothes, and I went out the front door. Hi, Sammy Chicken. Hi, honey. I love you. And that's where he likes to go now. Hi, baby. He spent 6 hours at the front door. So I went out the front door, and it was warm. And I came back up here, and it was freezing. Hi, baby chicken. I know. And now I'm looking outside, and the palm trees are still, and the sun is on them, and it's warm, and but I was saying, how do I figure out where I'm going? I don't know how to pack. Obviously I'm going to wear leggings anywhere I go, because that's all I wear. But is it leggings and sandals, leggings and boots, leggings and hiking boots? Well, there's going to be hiking wherever I go. Hi. Or is there? Yeah, there would be. But I didn't know how to pack, and there just kept being a reason for not going, and well, I know why. I had a major headache. It hit me all of a sudden from my right side, which is my night side, which is the dark, right? Negative energy. But I was so tired. My eyes were burning, and I had a dream, and I got some messages. So I stayed for that, and I was given all of these. I asked Spirit last night in my sleep, where am I supposed to go? And I was told, Omaha, Kansas, Little House on the Prairie. And then I heard, you dropped a bomb on me. Now, remember I told you somebody dropped a bomb yesterday. What I heard after that was a brother told his brother something. He dropped a bomb on him. You dropped a bomb on me. And that was that about them. But at the time, I was like, okay, well, as soon as I heard Kansas, I thought of Dorothy, right? I skipped Omaha, because what I heard, Omaha was the Bank of Omaha, right? And then I heard Kansas, so I thought Dorothy lived in Kansas, and she And Little House on the Prairie is kind of how I grew up. And Dorothy clicked her heels 3 times to take her home, right? So home is where I heard Kansas, and Omaha, I thought, okay, I'll wait on that one. Little House on the Prairie, that's what I grew up with, and I've wanted to go, and right then my best friend from Wisconsin said something to me, so I was thinking, oh, home, that was one of my homes, just like Sedona, just like here. And Dorothy said there's no place like home, but home should be anywhere your heart is, right? So I met a friend, her name is Serenity. She's got a bunch of kids and an adopted child of another race. She lives with her family on a farm with alpaca. Right when I said that, somebody posted, I love the simple life of being a country girl. I love that too. That's the emphasis that just keeps coming. So she's got alpacas, goats, and horses, and she homeschools her kids. And she's very pretty, and she's very, I told her she was like Nellie Olson, and I was like Laura Ingalls. That's what I said to her. But at the time, I said, well, she's got all of the kids, right? And the adopted child. So I said, I'm not sure who you are, Angelina Jolie or Little House on the Prairie. Think about the 2 lifestyles. I said, I prefer Little House on the Prairie myself. And she said, and I said, I think I'll call you Mrs. Ingalls. So I called her Mrs. Ingalls. Okay, I'm getting messages now. And she said, I love that. I'll take that. So then I asked Spirit where to go, and they told me to go home to Little House on the Prairie. And then about Omaha. And I said, if I were to go to Omaha, I'd be going to the rainforest. Because as I was lying in bed, I went back to lay down to try, I thought I had a dream coming. It was heavy. I know when dreams are coming. And so I went to lay down, and I said, if I went to, what is Omaha known for? And it's known for this indoor rainforest. It's home to one of the world's best zoos. And I don't like zoos. I don't like zoos. I like wildlife safari or like animal sanctuaries, you know. But listen, it's Omaha's Henry Doorly Zoo and Aquarium is more like a biological park dedicated to conservation around the globe and home to the world's largest indoor desert, world's largest glazed geodesic dome, and North America's largest indoor rainforest, which I saw in my dreams 7 years ago. And I thought, okay, my trailer was done. I'd head off across, and I said I'd go look for my Little House on the Prairie, wherever it was. But it's not done, which made me think to myself, okay, Spirit says do this, you know, get in the car, we'll figure it out where you go. But I'm always really quick to just jump, like now, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean Spirit says to jump right now. Now, and when Spirit says act now doesn't necessarily mean jump in the car and act now. It means get prepared, get ready to go, start working on it, right? Because I thought if I go on a trip, that's going to be like, you know, a week gone somewhere and a week less work being done on that trailer. Now, I can't do all of the things. I've got a handyman coming. He's coming on Thursday or Friday. And, but there's little fiddly things that I can do. And remember, one of the things was, why are things stalled? Because you're stalled. Well, there are things that, and my landlord goes, well, you can't do anything until he comes back. And I said, yeah, I can. I can clean the J-rail off, right? Get that all ready and strip it and get it all ready so that when the walls are there, we put it back up and I can just slap it up and I'm ready to roll. Because I want to go. And I'll put my 3 furs in and we'll head off. So all of these messages are coming for a reason. Whoop! I was shuffling because we're getting messages as we go. Okay, so we got the 4 messages. She moved on while I'm still grieving. She got time while I got time while she got freedom. What am I going to do? And the best part of you was always, the best part of me was always you. You probably should say something about it, right? Okay, here we go. For those who chose the pair of earrings, the blue opal earrings, and you might want to look up blue opal and the reasons why you would choose them. They're very important to me. I love them. They're very small, and I normally like very big earrings. Ooh, I'm not even wearing any earrings today. That's not good. Let's put them in. I know why I didn't put them on, because I decided to wear turquoise. But I'm mixing turquoise and sodalite and lapis for different reasons. Anything I'm saying to you guys, there's a reason I'm saying the things that I'm saying. I'm not just rambling on. There's a reason I'm saying everything. So pay attention to what grabs your attention. And then whatever it is, look it up. Like I said, you know, I thought, what are those names? Well, why would they say Omaha, right? Now, I can look it up, but then maybe in a couple of days, or tonight, or whenever, someone I'll hear on the radio or someone else will say something about Omaha, and it would be something else. It may not even be to go to Omaha. It may be something, somebody came from there, right? So pay attention to everything. There was one other thing that I saw, a flash of somebody pushing somebody in a wheelchair in front of them. So they were caregivers. So the pair, here's your message. Oh, how cool. Blessed. So that we got it in the upright. And look at, the number is 22. Pair, 22. Excellent. So at this time, things are blessed for you. This is a good time. The color is rose pink, right? Soft pink. So it's also got lavender, purple colors in it, even dark blue right down here. Lavender and the purple, that's the spiritual colors. She's floating in a shell. We're in the home stretch of the hard times. We took a hard left, but we're all right. The Bones, the song, this is my song. If you took a hard left, you're driving your own chariot forward, right? It's fast forward movement. And you took a hard left. Left is your heart side, right? You took a hard left. They've been through hell, but when the bones are good, the rest don't matter. So this one is sitting inside a shell. And it's a, what do you call it? Nautilus, right? Which is always about growth. And you have to pay attention to the cards because there's a face in every card. Is the face awake or is the face sleeping? This one is awake. This man is awake. In all intents and purposes, she is the divine feminine, which is the goddess energy, which is the moon. And he is within her. So that might be the divine masculine within you, right? The forward drive, your ambition, your moving forward. It could also mean that you're moving into a partnership, a divine intimate partnership, considering the numbers 22. And this is a pair, a matched set, right? These two go together. There's, if you see down here, the confetti that's floating around, those are all hearts. So it's about the deepening of a relationship. It's about, this connection is blessed. Obviously, it's a spiritual connection. This is meant. It's also, since this one has wings and is an angel, it's talking about your connection to your highest self and to your calling. And the winds of change are happening, and they're a good change. It's a good wind, right? Things are blowing in the right direction. There's love. Things are going to become more gentle in your life. Let's look up the meaning for 22. 22, the number 2s, it's always about what, everything that's happening is happening the way it's meant to happen. But let me the angels can see the positive results of your prayers, and they want you to have patience and stay optimistic while the final details are being worked out in heaven. This is an urgent call from the angels to keep the faith, okay? So if you feel like you've been at a stall, there's a few more details that are being worked out, so don't be in a state of panic. So if your time is blessed now and it's after the storm, you've gone through a storm, okay? Like I said, it was crazy winds have changed, it was nuts, but now today things have calmed down, things have relaxed. So like I said, whoever it was yesterday where the shit hit the fan, at first when something is found out or something is realized, it's traumatic, it's upsetting. But then, this is the next day and my energy, I had a client that was going through it as well, and I said, wow, it's what happened, right? And I said, the message is to the person who was so upset when they found out what they found out. They wanted to kill somebody. And the message was, don't waste your energy. Don't give any more of your energy to that situation. Just walk away. They're not worth your energy. It's not worth your time. You've got bigger fish to fry, right? Forget it. So this is talking about, you've come through, the song right now. I'm on a small boat, sending big waves into motion. So there's the motion. The waves whipped up, the emotional energy. Single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. So the ripples, they affect everybody, everyone around you. And this is a good message. So it's, don't mess up something good, right? Something good is coming here. Don't mess it up by reacting or seeking revenge, or just get out of that, because it's peaceful today, right? It's beautiful today. A bird just flew at my window. I don't know what kind it was. So pay attention, right? Pay attention. So someone's flying, someone's moving. They're telling you that something wonderful is flying this way. Oh, I'm just getting messages. It's unexpected. I'm chasing sleep. Everybody thinks I'm in too deep. It's been 2 years, I miss my home. There's a fire burning in my bones. I still believe. Somebody's going after their dream. Spirit's bringing something, an unexpected gift. Spirit is bringing an unexpected gift. And, oh wow, I'm just getting emotional all of a sudden. It just hit me. My whole body's covered in chills. Ooh, this is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm all right song. My power's turned on. Starting right now, I'm going to be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care what anybody else believes, because I still got a lot of fight left in me. Okay, so remember, there was a lot of fight, but instead of putting your fight towards somebody else, you fight for your dream. You go after what is yours. And Spirit says that right now, something out of the blue might just hit from left field. I said we took a hard left, right? We took a hard left. So whatever it is that happened to you, you didn't deserve it. You didn't. Any of it. A single word can make your heart open. Spirit says divine intervention is stepping in. We are stepping in. And you're going to feel blessed. And you're not even going to know how to express how blessed you are. It's kind of like you've been wandering in the wilderness for 1,000 years, and suddenly the path is opened up before you. How could that possibly happen? That's what they all said when Moses stood in front of the Red Sea and parted it, when all of the people that were chasing them were coming behind on chariots, and they were walking. You know, that's why, get in the car, we'll figure it out as we get there. We don't have the money, we don't have the this, you don't have to worry about it. That's what Spirit's saying, because we're going to handle everything. Just go where you need to go. Be where you need to be. This is one of those times that Spirit's going to remove the difficulties from you. So it could be that there's money or career opportunities coming your way. Knowledge, information, somebody, maybe just these obstacles that you've been dealing with and all that crap that you've been coming up against. It goes away finally. It's like, you know, I just heard Custer's last stand, and then it was done, right? And it's like, it's over. The windows and doors that were closed now suddenly start opening for you. So Spirit says the blessings that come to you at this time, be grateful for them, but you do deserve them. You deserve them. You didn't deserve the shit you went through, but you deserve them. And whatever it is that comes to you that blesses you, make sure that this is something that you are able to help others with as well. It doesn't mean that you have to give away what's given to you, right? But just make good use and make sure that whatever it is that you have benefits others as well, is the message. Because when you do that, everything works. Okay, I'm going to ask for a message from my decks. What is the message that they need to see? Oh, well, we need to see, because that was one of my items. Correct for neutrality. Correct for neutrality. Thank you for that message. Thank you for guiding me to choose those. Oops. Okay, we can't have that many. We're going to have that one, because that was pretty clear. They are feeling guilty. Remember that song? Remember what I said? Someone's going to come and try and smooth the waters over after they've done something horrible? But what I watched, there's two sets of circumstances. One is some people that were purposely trying to, well, it was awful what they were doing. But then there's another, somebody else got caught up in something. So it's the ones that were going to come forward to try and calm things down. They're not sorry. They're not sorry. They don't regret what they did. They just regret that they got caught. So know the difference. Ooh, how nice. They are very single. Smile. And prepare yourself for a very pleasant surprise. Okay. I work with all of that, considering that's a couple's card, right? That works for me. Let's go to the other deck. Is there anything in this deck? Yes. What do they need to see? Oop, that one. Ooh, blank page. It's time to turn the page. It's time to do whatever it is that you want to do. It's a do-over. We are in Mercury retrograde. Or it's, the past has been wiped clean. The slate has been wiped clean. Oh, what is that song? All is forgiven. Oh, there's a song. All is forgiven. Ooh, if you guys can think of what it is, let me know. All is forgiven. I know it. I can hear it in my head and I can't hear the words. All is forgiven. Oh, bugs me. What is it they need to see? Now, these messages are for you or someone close to you, okay? It's time to let it go. Chaos that controlled my mind. Let it go. It's time to let it go. The chaos that controls your mind. They don't call, if they don't call or text back, walk away. There's the response, right? If somebody reaches out or you reach out and they don't return the communication, walk away. Song right now, her heart is breaking in front of me. I have no choice. I won't say goodbye anymore. This is somebody who keeps saying goodbye, turns around and goes back. So what is the message? I won't say goodbye anymore. I'm going to stay, or I won't say goodbye anymore. It's done. So then for those who chose the turquoise sunflower, I did not. You're being asked to be flexible at this time. It's in the upright, so that's good. There's a maze. I'm looking at the circle that you walk around and around. When I'm trying to work something out, when I'm trying to bring something from my subconscious out, I walk. And I find myself walking in circles, which is why people walk around a medicine wheel, right? It's also, there's 3 circles, or are they? We don't know. We know there's one in the center, and the ones on the outside appear to be that way, but they could be something different. This one has got flowers growing on their head, this little fairy sprite. So I just heard it's a sprite of the forest. Standing on top of an egg that's sleeping, so a sleeping creation. So a creative egg that has yet to be born, has yet to open. So at this moment you're being asked to be flexible, right? Maybe you've got a creative idea like I have, and it hasn't cracked open yet. The number is 19, so 1 and 9 is 10, so that's an ending. The end of something and the beginning of something different. Whenever something ends, immediately something follows. The universe abhors a vacuum, so it always keeps moving forward. So, if you're going to be flexible, you got to be adaptable, you got to be teachable. The color that she is and the egg is orange, sacral chakra, sexual energy, creativity, right? So you stand true for you, for what is true for you. You are going to great lengths to stand for what belongs to you, for what matters to you. You are bending over backwards for what matters for you, right? Remaining flexible, remaining adaptable, remaining teachable. The hands are literally, to me, they look like it's either that egg is cold. Yeah. The egg is cold. So there's a bunch of messages. It could be that it isn't time yet, but if the egg is cold, the top part of it's actually blue. Fingers are turning it blue. So it could be that project, somebody is inflexible. They're not awake. That egg is not going to hatch. 1 and 9, 10. So 19. song right now, the day bleeds into nightfall and you're not here to help me through it all. And today the emphasis is not on, it says this all or nothing got me sleeping without you. So it's, the person is in their circumstances by their own actions, right? They were not flexible. They didn't bend over backwards, and it went cold, and it didn't grow into anything. It stayed in the egg shape. So it didn't hatch because somebody wasn't awake to the situation until somebody left, right? So this message is about believing in yourself and in your purpose, your life's purpose. Spirit and the angels want you to know that you're qualified and you're ready to follow your dreams. So you're being asked to stay positive and take action without delay. So we were talking about when does something happen. This, I didn't choose this one, right? But they're being told to take action without delay. This egg isn't dead yet, this creation or this relationship, but it's getting cold, right? Maybe because the hands that touched it were very cold, right? Or didn't touch it. Or maybe the one that bent over backwards felt, that makes more sense. They became cold because of what they were touching. It was immovable. It didn't work. But we got this message in the upright, right? So what I'm getting is, this one's dedicated. This one's staying there. This one is bending over backwards, even though there's no movement from that egg, and it's actually quite cold. So what we're getting is, stay true to your dream and be flexible and adaptable. You have grown. This egg has not. So stay open, because you're not to compromise what your dream is or what is meant for you. The circumstances for that egg to have opened were wonderful, but it didn't, right? Everything was there, ready for it. Look at the flowers all around the bottom and the color, green, healing, love, growth, but it stayed cold, immovable, because it was asleep, because it was not aware. It could have been not well. It could have been sick, and it could have been in a coma, right? You could be in an emotional coma, you can be in a mental coma, you can literally be in a physical coma. So this one is acting like a tree, and the branches are moving out. Now, pay attention, the branches are moving out. Okay, we're going to the left. Remember, we took a hard left? Going to the hard side, following my heart. So you think about the different types of trees. A willow is able to move and it's flexible in a storm, but a more rigid tree, even palm trees, are able to move in the storm, right? They can move around. We've had crazy 80-mile-an-hour winds here. But other certain trees that are more stiff, their branches will break. So, and if anything is rigid, any structure that's solid like that will crash or it will be blown away. But the tree, with the leaves running through it, we've seen those, when we've had hurricanes and they show the pictures up on the coast of the palm trees, like totally sideways right in the wind, but they don't fall over. They're strong, right? Everything around them is a complete disaster, but the trees are still standing. So it talks about, where are you rooted well? If you've got strong roots, you're going to be able to withstand a storm. What we got, if the bones are good, the rest don't matter, because the wolves came and went, but they were still there. They made it through it. So this is about being, at this point, since you weren't getting much out of that egg is a cold, hard shell, right? So this is asking you, if they're asking you to be flexible, they're asking you to stay aware, stay open to signs, messages, teaching from others, and yet still, the other message I'm getting is, I'm so firmly dedicated to my soul's path that my hands are literally forming into cement. I'm not moving. I'm immovable. Could be that too, right? They want you to, I got this word twice today, stay curious. Because you don't know, because you're in a place right now where you don't know. And it's okay not to know what you don't know. But stay curious and stay open, stay on the alert. You don't have to be paranoid, just stay open to what's coming. Be aware of what's going on around you. That's the whole message about being flexible and adaptable. Now, if you're flexible and adaptable, well, I've got my hands planted on this egg, but you know what? Maybe that's a problem. It's cold, it's not going anywhere, it's a hard shell, that one's asleep, forget it. Wow, Follow your heart. Go after your heart. I've stayed here for that. I've held on. I've held on so long that my hands are losing their circulation. My hands are going numb. That egg is frozen. It's not moving. It's so frozen in emotion. It's not awake. So flexibility may mean you need to leave that behind, right? It's about being open to new experiences, new things. If you're flexible, it doesn't have to be your way or the highway, right? You don't have to always be right. Everybody else has an opinion. They also have a different way of looking at things. And everybody bases their opinion or their way of looking at things, it's based on what you've experienced in your life. So if you had a completely different lifestyle or grew up in a different way or raised by different belief systems, you're going to see it differently. Doesn't mean one's right, one's wrong. It means it's different, right? And that can be awkward and can be difficult. Now, the first message we got, those two were very in sync, very much alike. Didn't mean that they didn't have different ways of looking at things, but the things that mattered most, they were in sync. This situation, there's not a partnership happening there, right? It's not working. This one is not flexible. This one's a hard, tough shell. The other one is flexible. So it has to be reciprocal. It won't work. So it could mean that, oh, I'm getting a different message from this too, though, about opposites attracting. You might come upon somebody who appears different than you. They may appear to have a hard, cool, tough shell, and you're more out there, right? Vibrant, natural. Well, this one has a very different way about them. That doesn't mean that that one's not right for you. It just means they're different. So you might find somebody like that and they turn out to be they turn out to be a really good egg. Just exactly what you need to help you. Look at things from a different perspective. You can crack that tough shell, right? You can show that one, look, man, you're on that one's mind. You're on that one's mind, even though their eyes are closed to you, you're on their mind, right? And you're pretty warm. You could warm that one up, it looks like. And maybe that one could cool you down if you're a little bit of a hothead, because look, right? So maybe they're not your usual type. Maybe they're not somebody that you would normally have chosen because you were raised in a different way and everybody did things differently and what was expected for you was different. But I don't know, it feels really good. I kind of like it, right? So Spirit says, go with it, be flexible. You're going to be happy you made the choice. Because if we look at it in that direction, which is, I like that, all around this is growth, healing, and love, and it's blessed. There's flowers all around it. The flowers are all pink, which is love, circling all around this one. So maybe your love and your healing will crack that tough shell, that cold exterior. I like that too. So again, if we're talking about work situations, you've crossed the finish line, it looks like, or maybe you're being celebrated with victory flags. Pay attention to everything we're looking at, right? So in work situations, same thing, right? You got to be more flexible in the way you look at things. Like every day I come up with something new. Epiphany, epiphany, epiphany. I want to do this, I want to do that. And yet I could go completely different, right? Like everybody knows I've got this little tiny trailer that I wanted to do and go travel around in. And then a friend of mine, Dennis, that owns the White Lace Inn in Wisconsin, he posted a character home for sale. And it was amazing. And I was showing my landlord and I said, look at that, the price of that, for what that is. That's amazing. I would love to live in a character home. And you're like, okay, there's that, there's that. Just because I say all these things doesn't mean that I have to have all of them. Or maybe I want all of them. Who knows, right? But they're telling you to loosen up. So it's like at work, you know, well, this is what I want to do, or this is my vision, or this is what I see. And yet somebody else comes in and says, hey, what do you think of this? And you're like, oh, wow, that's really cool too. And then you can go in that direction. I'm like that, right? So it could be a job that you hadn't thought of, which is what just came to me today. I thought, oh my God, because I had an idea already. And the basic premise was there, but it's a completely different thing. And then the next day, the same basic premise was there, and yet I got another completely different thing. And then I thought, oh my gosh, you know what? I could do all of it All of it could be wrapped up into this. It was amazing. So if you can be flexible, maybe something better will come, right? Maybe your ideas blending with another's, right? So Spirit says be willing to blend a little bit and blend with others' ideas, but also be willing to bend a little bit. As I say that, a great white heron flew by, and we have a big blue heron sitting that's been parked at my dock for the last several days. Message in that. Okay, so that's that. Messages. I need a drink of water. I'm very dehydrated. I can't believe the wind is like nil. No wind. It was crazy. I had to keep taking down my my wind chimes. They were going nuts. Some of them blew off, and all night long. Ugh, I had very little sleep last night. That's one of the main reasons. That's the main reason I didn't go. But there was obviously other reasons why. I started getting other messages. Correct for neutrality on all levels. What is the message that the ones who chose the good egg need to see? They are just getting back on their feet. Help them out. Oh, see, my idea is so good with somebody like that. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Oop. It's hard for me to show my feelings. Okay, because that one's got a tough exterior, and they keep their emotions inside that shell. But you know what's inside that shell is a really soft center. There's a divine masculine sun right inside that, right? Very soft. Humpty Dumpty fell down, and he cracks pretty easily. But you know what? Have you ever messed with an egg? The top of their head, it's extremely hard. It's very powerful. You can bang that on a table and it won't break, but if you just slightly knock it from the side, cracks. So that's a message, right? The crown is very strong, but if you hit them it's kind of like their Achilles heel. They hit them from the side. They weren't expecting that, right? So that might have knocked them off their feet. Something caused them to become to the place where they are holding that everything inside under a cool exterior, right? Correct for neutrality. There's a lot in this deck. I have to separate these better. This deck is called The Naked Truth 333. This is one thing that definitely needs to get done. There's my deck. I have two actually in progress. This one's done except for the development part of it. I mean the production of it. I love someone else. Clear your energy right now. Okay. Clear your energy right now. I told you I didn't choose this one, right? Doesn't just because someone is a divine masculine doesn't mean it's my divine masculine. Clear your energy right now. I'm holding my selenite. Okay, something just blew in, literally. I don't like the people that you associate with. And it's most likely someone that you don't love, right? Okay. Correct for neutrality on all levels. The song that came to mind that I got earlier today was I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy who hangs out of his best friend's ride hollering at me. I have a married man that has a family hitting on me. And they don't think I know that, and it's pretty disgusting, actually. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Also, I work hard. I may not be wealthy yet, but I work really, really hard. And the last thing I'm interested in is somebody who's lying on their best friend's couch getting, and they're working for them, right? I don't mean the one lying on the couch. Thank your family and friends. Yeah, thank your family and friends for helping you. Correct for neutrality. It's time to let it go, okay? It's pretty clear. It's time to let it go. Yeah. I don't know what I should say. I was high or drunk. Wow. Okay. I think that you could figure out what you need to say. I think you can. I know you can, right? If you said it, you can figure out what to say. Now, maybe you don't know what to say because you don't know what you said. Because you were high or drunk. There's the message. What other message? You should feel proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. Somebody says to you, or you say to them. Remember, these messages, they may not all, they're obviously not all for the same person, right? Because they're clashing. So, is it too soon for me to kiss you? See? So, you're proud of somebody, or someone's proud of you, and they want to kiss you. And if you just said, I love someone else, it's time to let it go, you're not going to be saying, is it too soon for me to kiss you now, right? So these are for you or someone else. Eventually they'll tire of their games. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Your friend is hitting on me. There you go. Your friend is hitting on me. I love someone else. Your friend is hitting on me. So the message is to the friend, I love someone else. It's time to let it go. Please stop. I've already figured it out. Go away. Right? Okay. The next, that's that one. The next card is for those who chose the baby dragon or the koi fish. And I did. I love this. I love this a lot. To be fair, justice. Justice. There it comes Lady Justice, and she's got the snowy white owl standing on her head. Now, that's what I was going to say when I came over here. When I asked Spirit in the middle of the night, where am I supposed to go? I posted it with a picture that I love. And the picture is of a fairy sitting in the trees. She came out of her little house in the trees, and the full moon is out, and she's talking to the snowy owl, the silent flyer. So that's higher self, right? I've got a snowy owl behind me on my refrigerator. So the snowy owl, this is your higher self, this is spirit. This one is very connected to spirit, right? And justice is happening here. The scales are being balanced. And what's interesting is on one side of the scale, there's a pearl, and on the other side is a fortune cookie. Good fortune now. Obviously, oh my God, all of me loves all of you. That's our song. The fortune, I mean, she's wearing white. She's dressed in a bridal gown. Purity, innocence. Beautiful. And the face in the lady's gown is awake. Obviously, right? This one is definitely awake. So I'm going to notice that from this point on, that if the card, like we've gotten uprights, if the cards that are in the upright, no, they're not, because the last card was in the upright and that egg was asleep, wasn't aware of something, or maybe was closing its eyes to something, didn't want to see something. That's another message I just got. But this one, the eyes are open. So it's a day like today, now, right? It's calm. And the sunset, it's like now. That's what my sunset was. It was a soft pink sunset, just a couple clouds in the sky, blue skies. And again, have you crossed the finish line? Yeah, because this is to be fair. So something is over. Justice is prevailing or will prevail. Or maybe you need to take this into your own hands. It talks about balance as well. It's a balance. So it's a mutual benefit for more than one, right? It's also karma. Karma brings about a balance, it does bring about fairness. Karma, that's all that it's about. So it takes you from a place of where you were to where you want to definitely be. You want to be where it's fair, right? It could be that you've let things go and now you're starting again. Because all of me loves all of you. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. They've been through something emotional. This is my twin and my song. All of me. I want to see what give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. What's going on in that beautiful mind? I'm on your magical mystery ride. I'm so dizzy, I don't know what hit me, but I'll be all right. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. So if you want to go back to this one, I'm on your magical mystery ride. I'm so dizzy, I don't know what hit me. Remember something hit the one from the side? And they cracked, that hard shell got cracked. So with these scales, she's got her hands on them. She's steadying the scales. She's steadying the scales of justice. So the wishes are coming in the fortune cookie. Good fortune coming to you. knowledge is the pearls of wisdom. So you've gleaned wisdom through your trials. You're understanding that even though there was a storm and you've been through things, there were reasons that things happened the way that they did. And Spirit's going to adjust things. If it hasn't happened yet, it's happening at this time. And something wonderful is going to be revealed to you. That snowy flyer, maybe someone coming from the snowy area. It's also a message that asking you, can you be fair? What can you do to achieve balance in a situation? If you're going to be balanced, if you're a mediator, you listen to both sides, right? There's both sides have something to say. So you got to, the one that's judging has to be balanced. I have to listen to this, and this is how I feel. This is what I think, this is what I feel, and this is where I'm at. But then someone comes in and says, okay, but then they drop something on this scale, because everything was kind of leaning that way. Then they drop something on that scale and they say, okay, well, what about this? And now all of a sudden there's knowledge that you didn't have before. So now you're going to have to weigh things, and you're like, okay, so were things that maybe I was thinking this was what was going on, and now that I've learned this, I'm going to have to reconsider something, the direction that I might have wanted to go, right? This is a time that ideas want to be exchanged between each other. This is where anything that in balance, it's got to be a mutual benefit to all involved, or for those involved. If you have a Lady Justice presiding and all is fair, everyone's being heard. Everyone has a say. Everybody has respect. Everybody gets to speak, right? Everybody has the floor. They are going to feel understood. They're going to feel heard. They're going to feel validated because they're being given the chance, right? And Spirit says, if you do this, like that was one of the messages today. I'm in this place, but I need to say something. Do you need to say something? Yeah, but I don't know how. Well, ask Spirit how to do it. And what I heard was say what you need to say, right? Say what you need to say, because right now Spirit's saying this would be a good time to do it because justice will prevail at this time. This is a really good message to get. I like this a lot, especially since I freaking picked it. And it's not, like I said, it's not just in the benefit of one. It's in the benefit of either both sides or for all. Justice for all, like the Three Musketeers, right? And then all of a sudden there was the Fourth Musketeer. I watched every one of those movies. I love them, love them, love them. I should watch them again tonight. So if you're involved in like a legal, this might be it. If you have been involved in a legal dispute, now remember, I said somebody's going to jail. Somebody's waiting for a verdict to come in. Somebody's waiting to hear what's going to happen. Justice is going to be served, is your message. If you chose this, justice is Justin. Justin Timberlake. Okay, hold on. Justin Timberlake. What is the song? Justin Timberlake and what's his name? Chris Stapleton. Justin and Chris. Chris. Oh, hold on, I didn't put Justin. Just in Time. I just heard Just in Time. What was that song? Say Something. No freaking kidding. I didn't know that that's what it was called. Say Something. Okay, everyone knows all about my direction. And in my heart somewhere, I want to go there. And still I don't go there. Everybody says, say something, say something, say something. He's being encouraged, right? Say something. I don't want to get caught up in the rhythm of it, but I can't help myself. No, I can't help myself. Get caught in the middle of it. I can't help myself. Maybe I'm looking at something I can't have. Maybe I'm looking at something I can't have. Everyone knows about my transgressions. Still in my heart somewhere, there's a melody and harmony for you and me tonight. Everybody says, say something, then say something. But I don't want to get caught up in the rhythm. I can't help myself. So he's going back and forth, back and forth. Maybe sometimes the greatest way to say something is to say nothing at all. Now, there's a couple messages in this. You're being told to speak, and if you do speak, you will be heard. Somebody actually came forward and spoke, so justice would prevail, just in the nick of time, right? I get that somebody said something that caused extreme anger, but there was a blessing involved because of what was understood allowed for a new beginning. I'm getting also there's emotional blackmail. They're holding evidence over me. They'll tell or blah blah blah. Just say it. You know what? Best that you say it. You say it before they can say it is the best thing. Another message is, he wrote this song because of what was going on, the molestation that was going on in Hollywood, and everybody jumped on a bandwagon, right, to either support or talk against or blah, blah, blah. Well, the ones that went up and spoke against the person, well, they were all leaked later that they were there too. So, okay, what if you were involved in talking shit on somebody? You were involved in it too. You did it too. But now I've seen the light, and I need to, but I'm not going to, so everybody says, say something. And he's like, I'm not going to stand up there and speak in defense of this situation, because I got my own path in my own past. Both. I've got my own path and my own past. I don't need to necessarily get involved in all of that. This is a special message for somebody. But he was saying, they were encouraging him, hey, use your platform, say something, say something. It's a message to me, right? Because I did that the other day, thinking that that was something I was required to do, only to find out that, you know, there's a lot of people that buddy up against you. They do. They buddy up to you and attempt to become inside within your circle, and then you take them in, and then you go in defense of them, and then you find out that they're the ones who brought it all upon themselves, and they need to go through their own karma. Wow. Okay, so messages. So I was like, you know, I said to myself afterwards, why'd you even do that? You didn't need to do that. Sometimes, you know, you don't need to say it. Just do your work. Shine your light. You don't need to take it that far. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Turn the page. You get a new page too. I got it twice. Yay! You get to make it be whatever you want to be. Thinking of that Taylor Swift song, Our Place. We can leave the Christmas trees up till January. It's our place. You know, we can have our friends come over if we want. It's our place. We can do it our way. I like that. Let's do it our way. I feel so proud to be with you. Nice. Tell your family, your friends, and your ex to back off. Please defend. Defend this position, because it's overwhelming. It's not okay. And you know, there's too many busybodies involved. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. People need to stay out of other people's relationships. Correct for neutrality. A lot of times you think you're doing somebody a service and you just mess things up. Just let them handle it themselves, right? You make my heart sing. You make my heart sing. Wild thing. Is that a song? You make my heart sing, wild thing? Wild thing. You make my heart sing. Wild thing. You make my heart sing. They're called the Trogs. It is. Wild thing, you make my heart sing. You make everything groovy, wild thing. I think I love you, but I want to know for sure. Come on and hold me tight. I love you. Wild thing, you make my heart sing. You make everything groovy, but I want to know for sure. Come on and hold me tight. You move me, wild thing. You know what I figured out about people that that suffer from post-traumatic stress? If you've been through something very, very horrible, you can, you will exhibit autistic tendencies, or like people that are on the spectrum, right? You don't have to be autistic. You don't have to have Asperger's. But if you have suffered extreme abuse, you will have tendencies such as that. And one of the things with people that are autistic is they don't like a light touch. They need to be held firmly, tight, if pressure, right? They need that. So wild thing, you make my heart sing. I think I love you, but I want to know for sure. Come hold me tight, right? It's comforting. It's reassuring. There's something about just that light touch that feels scary, right? It's a reminder, or it's like, you know, it's different. It's the same thing with my Sammy. My cat, Sammy, I swear he's got autism. But he's been extremely abused, so that's why. He doesn't have autism, he has post-traumatic stress. And it's the same thing with him. If I just touch him light, he kind of jerks, but if I press down, it's good boy, like not like I'm gonna hurt him. The pressure feels better. So I just learned that. I want you to know how proud I am of you. So one is, I'm so proud to be with you. The other was what? You should be proud of yourself, and I want you to know how proud I am of you. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Those are things that need to be said out loud. Those are not things that need to be thought. My mother, I knew my mother loved me and I knew she was proud of me, but she had a really hard time saying it. Those are things that need to be said. Express your gratitude in a clear manner. Okay, express. Correct for neutrality. She's hot, but she's psycho. I watched that in my dreams. That there is somebody that's really, really hot, but she's a nut job. She's not what you think she is. And then there's somebody that, like I said, one minute she's all this, and the next minute she's like a volcano, and oh God, she's hot, but she's psycho. But that's not what it is. It's people, you know, it's interesting how when you demand respect, all of a sudden you're a psycho, right? No. Too soon to tell. This keeps coming up. I like oral sex. Will you marry me? Too soon to tell. Oh, wow. Okay, correct for neutrality on all. Did I do that one? No. Okay. Correct for neutrality. Oh, we're at 1 hour and 10 minutes. Let's roll here. We got one card, and I love the last message. I wish I'd picked that one. I actually did, because it's just that I picked it third. Woo! Because I do love pyrite. I mean, I love them all. These are all my things. Whoa! Somebody, there's a message. Now, this, I have not said this before, and I needed to define this. So somebody offers you a job, or they want you to stay in the company, or no, they do hard drugs. The answer is no. No. Now, somebody could come to you and say all the right things, right? But they do hard drugs. The answer is no. That's not okay. I don't work well. Homie, don't go that way, right? I've known since the day we met that you were for me. Now, one person might be thinking that, but if they're doing hard drugs, if they're a druggie, that's not going to fly. It doesn't matter what you think, right? Unless they're a druggie too. But what I'm saying is this doesn't necessarily have to do with, no, you can't be with this one, or this isn't a good idea. This could be, yeah, this is great, right? But this is about, you know, those people. No, I don't want to associate with them. They do hard drugs. That's not my scene. Or no, I'm not going to work there, and I don't want them working for me. They do hard drugs. No, that's not working, right? So whatever the message is for you, correct for neutrality, what do they need to know? Because what am I saying? What do they need to know? Maybe you don't realize that. No, they do hard drugs. Do you not understand that? You know, there's medicinal, they may say they're doing this for medicinal reasons, but there's a difference. Now, this is something else. If you do have, hold on, is it this? Hold on. I researched something else. Okay, so, and I don't know how I feel about this, but this is we're talking about your mind. Okay, so if your mind is altered in a negative way, like if you have, that's not a right way to say that. Delete that. Cancel, clear, delete that. That's not right. Your mind doesn't operate the way the norm operates, or the way others in society operate. So it's different, right? It's not functioning the same. Now, sometimes it doesn't function fully, right? So in the 60s, doctors used shock therapy on autistic people. I've watched it in my dreams. I've watched them come and clamp and put probes on the head of somebody, right? In my dreams, of someone I was connecting with. And the results are hideous. So then let me see. So they were looking for different drugs. They wanted something powerful. So in 1943, they brought LSD in. Now this is 1943. So between 59 and 74, that's what they were given. They gave it to 12 children, 10 children, and 2 girls. 10 children, so 10 boys, 2 girls, from 5 to 11 months. I can't even handle the fact that they just gave things to children without even understanding what they mean. I hope they freaking took it themselves first. So the effects were noted that their pupils dilated, but their blood pressure didn't change much. Some seemed to be catatonic, were not able to move. So adults with schizophrenia or autism were given little hope for LSD as a treatment. However, the reviewers concluded that the effects of LSD were promising and could be considered excellent with children with autism. So why at first was it no, and now it's yes? So somebody posted this the other day. They're talking about there's beneficial effects from to be used to working with LSD. So no, they do hard drugs. And I said, mushrooms. I heard in my dream, my best friend's mom grows the best mushrooms. Now, are you growing the best mushrooms for your dinner? Are you growing the best mushrooms because you're taking a psychedelic? Because I watched people taking acid, right? The little paper that had the tiger on it and the wild jungle. You know what time it is? Time to go on safari. Right? Yeah, you're going off. Because it was acid that was on that little piece of paper. So no, they do hard drugs. I'm getting, and I was told by somebody jumped on my page and said it's beneficial. Well, no, I'm sorry. The stats are out. As far as I'm concerned, that doesn't sound beneficial. They thought it was beneficial to put electric probes on their head too and shock them. Correct for neutrality. What else do they need to know before we go to the next one? That came up because I watched it in my dreams. No, this is way too many. Correct for neutrality. Which ones? So the drugs, he or she is not right for you, move on. Right? So this is for somebody in your life, or this is maybe for somebody that you might want to have work for you, or might want to be, they've been associating with you. They're not right for you, move on. It could be a relationship, but there's two sides here because we got the other messages, right? Somebody wants to take it to the next level. Every time I see you, my heart explodes a little. That could be the same. And then the number 6 is about nostalgia, right? Coming back from the past, we are in Mercury retrograde. It's also the number of victory. It's also the 6th of the month, 6 days, 6 weeks, the 6th month. So what day are we today? We're on the 3rd. So in 3 days, this Friday, something could be happening, right? But we've also got, will you marry me, right? I want to take it to the next level. My heart explodes whenever I see you. Too soon to tell, express your gratitude. But then out of all of this, there is no, they do hard drugs and he or she is not right for you. So there's something different here, right? Okay, so now we move on. So for those who chose the pyrite, go the distance. Now, I had a client today, one of my clients today, and she was told to move on. It's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to move on. It's time to go. It's time to go after your dream. It's time to go forward. It's time to stop waiting around for this situation. This egg's not cracking. It's just cold. This person's playing games. You can't trust that. It's time to move forward. And then it showed the succession. There was like 4 cards that went across the table. There was that one. There was 2 of them were talking about positive forward movement and going after her dreams and everything happening great. And then at the very end was this. And it was about this person. And I said, funny. I said, when you do walk away, when you do leave this, walk away and go do your own thing and focus on your dreams and on lifting your own vibration, this guy's going to come running after you so fast his ass is going to disappear. And that was the message. And look at this cheetah. He's going so fast, his ass is disappearing. He couldn't get out. He couldn't wait to get out of there. I couldn't get out of there any faster than this unless I was flying, and he is flying, right? So there's a message. Somebody could be flying. The number again is 47 now. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is a divine number. This is a number of working together. And it's telling you to go the distance. Are you willing to go the distance? Or who is willing to go the distance for you? What project are you willing to go the distance? Or this will go the distance. Whatever the situation is, what's on the back of this cheetah? Now, I will tell you that my Sammy has the head of a cheetah. It's amazing. Same shape. It's fascinating, that little guy. Okay, so going down in an early round, and sugar, we're going down swinging. I'll be your number 1 with a bullet. A loaded God complex, cock it and pull it. So there's 2 messages in this song. One is, this guy's got a huge ego. He's got a loaded God complex. And the other message is, I'm watching you two from the closet, wishing I could be the friction in your jeans. There's somebody who wants what's going on in between somebody else. And he's got the loaded God complex that he thinks that he could just come in there and take that, right? That's what he wants. And loaded God complex, cock it and pull it, right? Let's do it. Somebody's going so fast, they're running from that. I've been watching you two from the closet, wishing I could be the friction in your jeans. We're going down in an earlier round. So this is something that's gone around already, right? You've already done one round with this one. We're going down in an earlier round. Well, if you go down, you knock somebody out, right? Knocked out. Going down in an earlier round, wishing I could. Now, it could also be a misunderstanding, like somebody, but I don't think so. Well, we'll see by the other messages that come up. We'll see. So going the distance in regards to something in your life, there's the checkered flag. You're not at the finish line yet, right? You better move your ass because, right? And he's like, I'm moving it. I'm getting there as fast as I freaking can. It's like me, get going. I'm freaking going as fast as I can, right? But it talks about having the endurance, having the strength, having the stick-to-itiveness and the willingness to take it all the way. Go. If this is about a relationship, this is what you want. You want to call a relationship in that's going to go the distance, right? Not somebody that's in and out, going round in an earlier round. Loaded God complex. No thanks, not interested in that, right? So the number breaks down to 11, and 11 is a divine union. 11 is partnership. It's working together. So that's what you want in a relationship, for better or worse. I lost my ass, man. I went through that whole thing, and that's why I'm so frustrated and so upset. I lost my ass. I got nothing left. If you're willing to go the distance with something, that shouldn't make a difference. I literally got also, this is an awful thing to say, but I'm going to say it. There was a beautiful girl and a really gorgeous guy, and they were dating, and she got into a horrible accident, and her whole body was badly burned. Her face is melted. And there's a picture of them standing there together, and somebody asked him, why did you stay with her? And he said, because I fell in love with her soul, not her body. How ignorant, right? So I lost my ass. I lost, what if literally there's a part of your body that doesn't work any longer? I have a client that had his girlfriend, she's not his girlfriend yet. He wants her to be, and she kind of keeps pushing back. She's got physical problems. She's in the hospital, and she might have to have a colostomy bag. She might have to have a bag, which is embarrassing for her, inconvenient, and maybe it would turn him off. And he said, it doesn't even cross his mind. That makes no difference at all. That's a quality person, right? So this is about, also, if it's talking about a dream that you have, going after the gold, going after your goal, whatever it is that means a lot to you, in order to in order to bring it to life, you got to be willing to go the distance. And I was thinking about my trailer. Somebody posted a trailer that's completed and it's 16 feet, which I wish mine was 16 feet. Mine's only 12 and a half feet. And it was like $2,700, and it was all done. And it was a hideous color. It would all have to be completely repainted, and floor redone and everything. But it was completed, and I looked at it and I thought, God, I've got to put the frame out the back. I've got to put the tin back on. I got to put the J-rail back on. I've got to put the floor's not done yet. I got to put the walls up. I got to put the ceiling up. The wiring needs to be done. The plumbing needs to be done. And I thought, oh, it can be overwhelming when you look at it like that, right? But I got to bring that dream to life. That trailer that was completed isn't going to look like my trailer. It's not going to have in it what mine has in it. It's not going to look that way. So I've got to be willing to go the distance to bring my dream to life. And so do you. And so it's kind of like you get excited about, I get excited when I figure things out that I'm going to have in there. And then I get discouraged when I think about all that, right? I need somebody to show up and help me out. My handyman keeps delaying and, bring me the funds to do it. P.S. If anybody would like help with a private reading, dream analysis, or anything else I could help you with, ceremonial sage wand. My website is www.theangelswhisper.com. My email address is sherrycolumbus@yahoo.com. The person was saying, I was trying to reach somebody. I don't know how to reach them. Well, for me, anybody can reach me through my email address. So, and also, if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you like these videos, please go ahead and click the like button and subscribe and share them. That would be awesome. So what else? So I've got the joys and the excitement, but then I get the disappointment, right? So it's like willing to take the best of both, which is the same thing in a relationship, right? If you're gonna be there for the joy and for the good stuff, you better damn well be there for the shit, right? Because you're gonna have both. You're gonna have both. And when I just said that, the guy lost his ass. You gotta be there for the shit. Maybe you're gonna have to do something about that. Maybe somebody's taking care of their elderly parents and they gotta have a diaper and you gotta change them. I don't know, maybe you got a baby. Maybe you've got animals that you got to muck out their stalls and clean up the cat boxes, right? You got to be there. You can't just play with your kitten and never clean the cat box. It could be all metaphorical as well. So the other message is you have the ability to go the distance. You've got it within you. I won the 50-yard dash. I got first place in grade 5. I could never run long distance because I don't have that kind of energy. I can go really fast for short periods of time. So it's about pacing yourself as well so you don't get burned out, right? So that you're able to go the full distance. It's also telling you what was meant to be yours is not going to be given to anybody else or be held away from you. And if somebody is withholding their affection, their love, their communication, if they're withholding, they're not for you. Nobody in a caring relationship withholds. That is control and abuse. So if you're in this type of harmonious relationship, you're going to be there for it's going to stand the test of time, right? It's going to be there for the long haul. Whatever was meant to break someone else is not going to break you, or maybe it hasn't. What they tried to do never broke it down. You were always there. What song did I hear? Halo today. Standing under my halo. Something was broken down and it wasn't you. It was the walls that were put up around. So it doesn't mean that we're not going to make mistakes, and it doesn't mean we're not going to say the wrong thing at the wrong time, and it doesn't mean you're not going to have a fight, right? It just means that when you do have a fight, you know that just because I'm mad at you doesn't mean I don't love you. It doesn't mean that every time something goes wrong, I'm going to scream, I want a divorce, or I want this over. I was listening to that song, Backstreet Boys, I want it that way, that way. And the message is, I don't never want to hear you say, I want it that way. Like if you say yes, that you want to do this, you'll break my heart. Don't say that you're going to do this and then cut and run on me again. Running so fast your ass is gone, right? Don't do that. So we got the new page. Let's see if we get it with this song. For the two messages, and for this message, for the two of the messages, we got a blank page, right? That we were able to, if there were problems before, you could write a new song, right? You could turn the page and write a different story. Maybe somebody's coming back so fast, they're just in the dust, right? Leaving whatever was in the dust. Leaving the shit in the dust, right? Moving forward. So pay attention to what your heart is telling you. I can't help but look at the colors. And the colors they're blending from sacral chakra orange to pink to blue. So seed of sexual energy and creativity, passion, pink, love, and the blue is communication. And the white is innocence and purity. So it's also telling you that don't be into instant gratification because that's just not realistic, right? This world is so much into instant gratification, fast food, fast this, fast that. The best stuff takes a while, right, to simmer. Best ideas take a little while to come to the surface. You got to process through things. I'm kind of laughing here because who I'm seeing here is the tail end of the Prince of Pentacles, which is the slowest knight in the deck. All knights are about forward movement, but at the tail end, he started moving fast. He took a long time getting there. He's almost at the finish line. It's like, now I'm going to sprint to get there because maybe he needs to, right? So, and then I'm thinking about the color, sacral chakra. So, okay, seed of sexual energy and creativity. It's like stoking the fires. Maybe something spurred this one on. Woo! Passion is moving this one forward, right? It's energy. So maybe I wasn't doing well. Maybe I was slugging along. Maybe, but I got stoked. My fires were stoked. Something came on. You inspired me, or I was inspired, or I had an epiphany, or I got encouragement, or I've healed enough so that I've got my second wind, and I didn't have far to go, but I'm gonna sprint the last little bit of the way. You can damn well be rest assured that I am gonna be in the right place at the right time, because Spirit says you are in the right place at the right time. Ooh, like that one. That was a good one. It's getting cold. Correct for neutrality right now. Correct for neutrality. What is the message for those who chose the pyrite? 1 hour and 29 minutes. Good Lord, Sherry. It's hard for me to say I'm sorry. I'm working on it. Well, you know what? That is not a good thing to say. It's not. That's a problem. That's a problem. They lost someone very important to them and they are hurting. So be compassionate. They lost someone they showed me, somebody sent me a song and it was about Jane Mansfield, a beautiful blonde that died. She was actually decapitated going down the twisty turning, the road, Trabuca Canyon. What is it? No, it's by, can't remember what it's called. Mulholland Drive, right? That song was about that. It's a beautiful actress and she was killed. And there's a message to you. I was stupid, I'm sorry, would you please forgive me? Okay, so it's hard for me to say I'm sorry, I'm working on it. Well, here it is. I was stupid, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Here, why don't we all say it together? I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I love you, thank you, please forgive me, I'm sorry. Whatever, however you want to say it. What's the next message that they need to see? The next message that they need to see that's important for them or someone else close to them. Whoa, that's way too many. Okay, that one, all right. Too bad, because those ones look really good, but will you marry me again? Wow. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Any in this, or are we done on this pile? We're done. Okay, on that one. Will you marry me? Correct for neutrality on all levels. Is there another message that they need to see or hear? I feel like touching you. Let's get frisky. I feel like touching you. Let's get frisky. Maybe you need to say that to somebody. Maybe that would help spice up your marriage or your relationship, right? Now, if you have not been around, I would say that would not be a good thing to lead with, right? If you haven't been around, you haven't been with somebody and there's been a problem, I would not lead with that. That's not smart. No matter what anybody else might tell you, it's not a good idea. Correct for neutrality on all, whoops. Okay, so the question was, oh wow. Okay, which ones? Good Lord, I can't take them all. Okay, this one, yes. I'm gonna ask if there's any of these ones. So will you marry me? Or I would like to touch you. Let's get frisky. The answer is yes, please, from somebody, right? Correct for neutrality on all levels. Thank you for hearing, seeing, and validating me. There's nothing more wonderful than knowing that you've been heard, right? Even if you have a difference of opinion in something, but just knowing that you have been seen and heard and you've validated somebody, because obviously they haven't had that, or that's just really important to know that you've been validated. Wow. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Song right now, I Need You. What is this? I'm sorry it took me so long to figure out it was you. I'm thinking of something different. If that's not funny, I'm thinking of something different. I'd walk 1,000,000 miles to see you. I wonder if you ever think of me. There's the dog barking. Pay attention to that. I need you. And I miss you. It's called 1,000 Miles. So the messages here were, will you marry me? I was stupid, I'm sorry, please forgive me. It's hard for me to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry it took me so long to figure out it was you. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and I'm homebound. Staring blankly ahead, just making my way through the crowd, and I need you, and I miss you, and now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time would pass me by? 'Cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you tonight. It's always times like these when I think of you, and I wonder if you ever think of me, because everything's so wrong and I don't belong, living in your precious memory. If I could fall into the sky, do you think time would pass me by? because you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you tonight. I don't want to let you know. I drown in your memory and I don't want to let this go. Making my way downtown, staring blankly ahead, making my way through the crowd. I still need you, I still miss you, and now I wonder, if I could fall into the sky, do you think time would pass us by? Because you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could see you. If I could just see you, if I could just hold you tonight. I feel like touching you. Maybe it's just part of that, right? I do know that there is someone that doesn't want to let go, that needs to let go. But there's clearly someone here that's asking a question and it needs an answer, but it needs to be asked in person or personally, right? Not through me. When I rhyme, you know that's higher self. You inspire me to reach for the best in everything. That's the kind of relationship you want, right? When you inspire each other. And that somebody would go 1,000 miles to just see you, to talk to you. It's time to quit that job. Time to quit that job. I think, yeah, I'm thinking that they do hard drugs has to do with a job. Ooh. They are very single. So if someone asks you to marry them, you need to make sure that they're very single. Because I did just get recently that somebody needs to stop playing games because they're actually not single. They're actually married and they're trying to hit on somebody. Song right now, and this is going to be our closing song. Like I'm a show, right? Oh man, this song. We don't need anything or anyone. This is my kind of love. We do it all, everything on our own. We don't need anything or anyone. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? I don't quite know how to say how I feel. How those 3 words, they're said too much. They're not enough. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and forget the world? Forget what we're told before we get too old. Show me a garden that's bursting into life. Let's waste time chasing cars around our heads. I need your grace. Oh, Jack. I need your grace to remind me to find my own. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Forget what we're told before we're too old. Show me a garden that's bursting into life. All that I am and all that I ever was is here in your perfect eyes, the way they're all that I can see. I don't know where, and I'm confused about how as well. Just know that these things will never change for us at all. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and forget the world? I said the name Jack because I had a friend named Jack. And he's a poet, he's a writer, he's a director, he's a performer, he's an actor, he's a dancer, he's a musician, and he's an alcoholic. And he wrote, we had a fight, and he said awful things. And he said a horrible thing to me, and I yelled back at him, and I said, that's it, we're done. And we didn't talk I haven't seen him in a long time. And I got a message in my inbox on my Angel's Whisper page on Facebook, and it wasn't, it was blocked. It was by somebody who was blocked because, you know, when you do that, that's frustrating actually. Please let me let you know that that's annoying to me, that somebody sends a message and then they block you right away so that you can't respond to them. They just want to get their message out, which is, I guess, all he needed to do, which was really nice of him. But there were certain words. If I didn't know, if he didn't sign his name at the end of the message, I would have known it was him by the way he wrote. And I'm going to share it with you because it's beautiful. If you ever were in a position where you needed to say something, because of the words that we got, that I said right now, the Grace, right? My best friend Diane, her little girl's name is Grace, and wanted to reach out to you and seek your grace, which is forgiveness, right? I have trudged many a valley in my life, never really believing my eyes had the ability to look up. But I loved the tales enough that I could tell them like I had seen the lands that the angels described. I wanted to say thanks, and I'm sorry. Thank you for being eyes that described a different horizon than I had yet to see. And sorry for any, if I did, disruption to your energy that reaches from the center of the earth to corners beyond yet uncharted. All the best. Hope I can always count you as a friend. Jack, XO. Now I gotta tell you, I would always forgive Jack. I'm always his friend. Just because I'm mad at you doesn't mean I don't love you. And family members have done things, and best friends have done things to hurt people, really bad things. But if somebody came to you like that, that's not bullshit. That's what you do. And that's how using your words and coming from your heart and putting yourself out there, not knowing how someone's going. Now, he probably blocked me because he didn't know how I'd respond, right? You should know, he knows me enough. You can completely change the direction that things are going or a situation. Now, I told you somebody did something really shitty, really rotten, and they were going to try and kind of smooth it over, but they weren't sorry for what they had done. They would do it again. They were sorry they got caught. There's a difference between that and that kind of an apology, right? That's amazing. And it doesn't matter. You know, Justin Timberlake and Chris Stapleton, he's like, everyone says say something, and I can't because I said it too. I was there. I was involved. I did it too. Yeah, you can say something. It makes a difference when you approach somebody in that way, in that manner. You don't have to have Jack's. I mean, Jack's a writer, right? You don't have to have his gift, but that's a good example. So, with that, I call it a wrap. All right, you guys, I'm gonna upload. This is a really long reading, 1 hour and 42 minutes. So I hope you guys have a beautiful evening. And thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you got as many messages as you needed to get. And whatever you don't understand, ask Spirit to show you and you will be shown. I love you.